Come forth, Exodia, the fusion. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. This is amazing because we got our Exodia archetype, and this is the most lore accurate thing that I have seen in a very long time. So, and yes, this is our friend here. So, we got our pack art here for Infinite Forbidden, and this set is amazing looking. Like, I'm super excited for this. Comes out on 4/27, by the way. We are 3 months, what, 11 weeks away from this so far. So starting things off here is the Phantom God Exodia. Now you're like, that's a fusion, Robbie. Why is this good? Well, one reference point is in the anime, you see Exodia being representative of his attack points being equal to the human who summoned him. And that's very, very lore accurate for this one. So it's a level 10 Dark Spellcaster. Alright, it's 5 forbidden monsters to make it. This card on the field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, if this card battles, during damage calculation, it gains attack equal to your current life points. Okay? Once per turn, when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate that activation. Okay, so we got a spell and trap negate on this. And then once per turn, during the end phase, you can set one Exodo spell and trap card or obliterate directly from your deck to your field. Okay. And then once per turn, during your standby phase, you're going to lose 1,000 life points. Now, before you start throwing poop, going, oh my gosh, it's 5 Exodia pieces. They fixed it. All right, this card is super easy to summon, and it's all right here on Millennium Cross. Now, yes, this is actually pretty good. So this is called Zend No Juu. God, I'm so terrible with Japanese. Normal spell card. You can take 5 forbidden 1 monster cards from your hand, deck, and or face up on the field, reveal them, and then special summon 1 Phantom God Exodia Incarnate from your extra deck, and then shuffle all face-up monsters you control into the deck, except for Exodia monsters whose original level is 10 or higher, and Millennium monsters you control. You cannot special summon the turn, but you can normal set. After activation, shuffle this card into the deck instead of sending it to the graveyard. It's actually very interesting that they give this card a built-in recycle to itself. I think they understand that you're playing so many bricks here, and yes, it only pulls from hand, deck, and or face up on the field. So if one of your forbidden pieces goes to the graveyard, yeah, I also, this should work with the other forbidden cards, right? Don't quote me on that, but it seems like it should. But this is quite an interesting gimmick that we have going on here for this. Now, all of your support cards here. I do want to point out that, yes, we did get a Millennium Shield retrain. Finally. We actually got the Stone Slab on a field spell for this deck. We got Exodia about ready to blast off. We also have a Zork mention here. Okay, that's interesting. The Golden Century. I think this is the first time that we've dove super far back into the old lore for this. Like, we're scraping video game lore at this point, which is actually kind of interesting. But like, your little support, I actually have not read these yet. So the new theme is based off of Simon's cards in the video games and the actions in the final arc of the manga. So, the caveman that awoke after a millennia, level 8 Earth Beast Warrior, which should be this guy, okay? So, you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn, so 2750, 2500. If this card is in your hand, you can place it face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. If this card is a continuous spell, you can pay 2,000 life points, reveal a Millennium Cross in your hand, special summon this card, and then you can add a Millennium Monster or a Sengenjin from your deck to your hand, and this cannot be destroyed by monster effects. Holy crap. So you have to have Millennium Cross to do this. That is, wow, that's very costly. It's cool that you can crystal all of these, though, I guess. But 2,000 life points? That's a lot. Next up is the Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures. 2,200. Oh, no, that was this guy. Okay. Okay, so that would have been this one right here from the soldier. Okay, I don't know. We'll figure it out here. So the Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures. 2,200. So you can only use your first effect this card's name once per turn. So if this card is in your hand, you can place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. If this card is treated as a continuous spell, you can pay 2,000 life points, reveal a Millennium Cross in your hand, special summon this card, and you can add a Temple of the Stone Slabs from your deck to your hand. And the activation of your Millennium Cross cannot be negated. That, I don't know, that's still, like, Exodia is dependent on, you know, your life points being, you know, a useful aspect of this. And these are all pay 2,000. Like, the Shield of Millennium Destiny is also this down here. So 3,000. If this card is in your hand, you can place it face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. If this card is a continuous spell, we can pay 2,000, reveal a Millennium Cross in our hand, special summon this card, and then we can add a Millennium Cross from our deck to our hand. You reveal a Millennium Cross to special summon it, and then you add a Millennium Cross from your deck to your hand. Hold on, was this not a once per turn? This is not a once per turn. But you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except normal or set. So it is not a once per turn, but it has the soft lock condition on, and you can just do it again on the next turn. Okay, so that's kind of cool that they give you the multitude aspect to be able to have or toggle for multiples of these. Sure. Millennium Moon Maiden. Okay, so 1513 on a level 4. Okay, so first effect one, so it's the same thing across the board here. If this card is in your hand, you can place this face up your spell trap card zone as a continuous spell. If your opponent activates a card or effect while this card is a continuous spell, you can special summon this card. And if you do, your opponent cannot target level 5 or higher illusion and spellcaster monsters you control with card effects this turn. And if this card battles a monster, neither player can be destroyed by battle. I didn't even check Exodia's type up here. Is he a spellcaster? Yeah, he is a spellcaster. Okay. Beast Warrior, Rock, and then Illusion. Okay, so that's okay, I suppose. And then our Millennium Fiend Reflection. So this is our other level 4 here. 1314. In your hand, place it face up as a spell and trap card, continuous spell. If your opponent activates a card or effect while this card is a continuous spell, you can special summon this card and then gain life points equal to the attack of one monster on the field. And this card battles a monster. Neither can be destroyed by battle. So you straight off the bat here have two illusion monsters. One that gives you life points. I suppose that's fine. Now, Temple of the Stone Slabs. That would be our field spell here. And this was our two illusion monsters that. So, our field spell, and we have a quick play on a trap. Okay, that's not terrible, I suppose. Field spell. You can only use the first effect this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can place one monster from your hand face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. Then you can place one Millennium monster, one Singen monster, face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. If a face-up Millennium monsters or Singen you control is destroyed by battle card effect, you can place it face up in your spell trap zone as a continuous spell card instead of sending it to the graveyard. We still do not have a searcher for the spell card. Okay. Exodo Blaze. One level 10 or higher monster you control with Exodia in its original name gains these effects. We can pay half of our life points. You cannot activate other cards or effects for the rest of this turn. Destroy as many cards in the spell and trap card zone as possible, and then equip 2 Forbidden 1 monsters from your hand or deck to this card as equip spells. They give 2,000 attack. What? Exodia's equipping himself? If this card attacks a defensive position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. Okay. Then we have Raging Hellfire Exodo Flame, normal trap card. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So if you control a level 10 or higher Exodia monster, destroy all cards your opponent controls. If this card is in your graveyard except during the turn it was sent there, you can banish it to activate one of these effects. Add a Forbidden 1 monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, or shuffle up to 5 Forbidden 1 monsters from your graveyard and or banishment into the deck. Hey, they fixed our problem, but we still don't have a way to reliably search Millennium Cross. This card is interesting. I'm just happy we got Exodia cards. This is interesting. I will say, I will try this gimmick. It'll be fun. I always enjoyed the Millennium cards, and I think this Exodia Retrain is actually amazing, just for the lore. So please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.